Hey YouTube, Untamed here. Today I'm going to talk about why I ended up choosing my brand new Silverado ZR2 Bison package over a brand new Ford Raptor. And a lot of you guys may think immediately, wait, that's not a comparison. They're in two different leagues. They're really not, especially when you look at the price tags, right? The MSRP on my ZR2 Bison is $84,500. That's the sticker price. That is, you can get a Ford Raptor for less than that. You can get a Ford Raptor for right around $80,000. A normal 35 Raptor with 35-inch tires. You can get the 37 Performance package for right around $88,000. That's like the typical going rate, give or take a couple thousand, right? Either direction. So, for the same amount of money, I could have bought a brand new Ford Raptor. But if you guys have been frequenting my channel for a while, you know I've been there, done that. I've done a number of Raptors at this point. I think in total, I've done 4 to 5 different Raptors throughout the last 6 years. So I love the Raptor. I love the Ford Raptor. So I won't try to beat it up in this video just because I chose the ZR2. I love the Raptor, and I'll likely own another one someday. But why did I choose it? Why did I choose this when I could have spent the same money for a Raptor? It comes down to 5 different reasons, and I'll leave my most important reason for the end, my 5th reason. So I'll try to jet through this pretty quick. Okay, so the first reason, ultimately, like I've already hinted at, is I wanted to try something new. And because I've already done the Raptor a number of times, the Toyota Tundra a number of times, I have several TRD Pro Tundras, I wanted to try something new. And honestly, the more homework that I did on the ZR2 Silverado, I know it's just a Chevy, a GM product at the end of the day, and I know a lot of my followers could care less for GM, and I used to be like that too. But the more I've learned about it, the more I read about it, it really made me want it even more. And I encourage you guys, don't just take it from me because I bought the thing. Do some homework on this ZR2 with the 3-liter diesel in particular, and I think you might change your mind. So number one is I wanted to try something new. And not to mention, this isn't a part of my list. My dad, he was a diehard Chevy fan his entire life. He always had Silverados all throughout my childhood, into my teenage years, into my adult life. He always had a Silverado, and he always loved it. And he passed away a few years ago. So, you know what? I think my dad might have been onto something the more I drive this Silverado here. My second reason is the AEV Bison package, right? So I really think that Bison package really brings it together nicely. I love the steel bumpers on it. It's such a strong, beefy look for a truck. It's such a fitting look, especially when you put it next to like a standard F-150. You put it next to like the Tremor. You put it next to a Toyota Tundra. Like the other trucks just look very cheap and plasticky by comparison when you put them next to each other like that. So it having that steel bumper front and rear right from the factory looks incredible. And when you tie that with that menacing front end and that giant hood bulge, I think it really is a stunning looking truck. Now, is it as flamboyant or flashy as the Ford Raptor, F-150 Raptor? No. Is it as flashy as the Ram TRX? No. They have those wide fender flares and they just look super aggressive. But I would argue that there's a level of appeal of this being a little bit more subdued, but still having those aggressive features like that front end in particular. So the AEV Bison package with the front and rear bumper, the stitching on the inside, I do think it is a really nice look. My number 3 reason is kind of like what I just hinted at, is I really do appreciate the fact that it is less in your face. And for that same reason, I really appreciated the Toyota Tundra TRD Pro, my V8 previous generation Tundras that I've had before. It is very subdued. And I would maybe say that with the current gen Tundra too. It is, it's not screaming in your face, right? It doesn't have those wide giant fender flares on it. It's a very normal, mature looking truck, in my opinion. So I really like that about the Silverado here. And it does have a little bit of curvature to the fenders. It's just not the wide body, of course, that we've gotten used to with the Raptor and TRX. So the fact that it is just a Silverado on the road, I kind of like that appeal. And I know I may be a little off for saying that to some of you. My number 4 reason is, and arguably the most important reason, is the more homework that I did on that 3-liter LZO diesel engine, that straight inline 6 diesel engine, the more I fell in love with this platform. Has upgraded forged internals all throughout the new engine. Not new engine, but upgraded internals, really beefy internals, the forged pistons. It really is. Thickened cylinder walls that are now steel. Previously they weren't. It's pretty cool what they've done. They've taken all the minor pitfalls of the previous generation LM2 3-liter diesel that was introduced in 2019 by GM and just upgraded everything. So I'm really excited about the potential longevity of this. me and the word longevity don't go together. I understand that. But I do love that this is a promising platform. And then the final reason, and this is, if I'm being honest with you guys, this is a driving reason why I ended up pulling the trigger on it. So my wife, her family, she has a number of family members who worked for GM throughout their lives, and a couple of them who actually retired from GM. One of them was gracious enough to offer up, I didn't even know this was as big of a thing as it was until recently, but they were offered up their friends and family or family employee discount code because she was retired from GM. She was able just to punch in a couple things online and it spits out an employee discount code, and she's able to share that with family members. So that in and of itself, that one bit, I think it dropped around $8,000 to $9,000 from MSRP. So it was a huge discount, and I didn't even know it really existed. So I was pretty excited to see that, and she was willing to offer it up for us. So really grateful for that. And of course, I brought down a price tag quite a bit. So that was a huge piece of the equation. I'd be lying if I said it wasn't. So there you have it, guys. Let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know if you still think I'm a little wonky for getting a GM product. But again, I encourage you to check out, don't just take it from me, check out some more videos on that particular brand new LZO diesel engine, and I think you might be equally impressed. Appreciate you watching as always. Until next time.